Menstruation cycle. Menstruation cycle, is also known as a menstrual cycle, is the regular natural change that occurs in the female reproductive system. It involves the shedding of the uterine lining and is controlled by a complex interplay of hormones, including estrogen and progesterone. The menstrual cycle typically lasts for about 28 days, although it can vary from person to person, and involves several distinct phases. The first phase is the menstrual phase, which is when the uterine lining is shed and results in bleeding that lasts for several days. Following the menstrual phase is the follicular phase, during which follicles in the ovary begin to mature and produce estrogen. This phase typically lasts for around 14 days and ends with ovulation, which is when an egg is released from the ovary. The luteal phase follows ovulation and is when the body produces progesterone to support a potential pregnancy. If pregnancy does not occur, the hormone levels drop, leading to the start of the next menstrual phase. Overall, the menstrual cycle is a complex and important process that is essential for reproduction and maintaining female reproductive health. Flowchart of menstrual cycle. Here is a flowchart that explains the different phases of the menstrual cycle. 1. Menstrual phase. Uterine lining sheds and is expelled from the body. Bleeding occurs for several days. 2. Follicular phase. Follicles in the ovary begin to mature and produce estrogen. Uterine lining begins to thicken. 3. Ovulation. One mature egg is released from the ovary and travels through the fallopian tube towards the uterus. Occurs around day 14 of a 28-day cycle. 4. Luteal phase. Corpus luteum forms from the remaining follicle and produces progesterone. Uterine lining thickens further to prepare for potential pregnancy. 5. If fertilization does not occur, corpus luteum disintegrates, leading to a drop in progesterone and estrogen levels. Uterine lining is shed, leading to the start of a new menstrual cycle. 6. If fertilization occurs, fertilized egg implants in the uterine lining. Corpus luteum continues to produce progesterone to support the pregnancy. Menstrual cycle is temporarily halted. How to calculate menstrual cycle. The length of a menstrual cycle can vary from person to person and can even vary from cycle to cycle for the same person. However, on average, a menstrual cycle lasts around 28 days. To calculate your menstrual cycle, you can follow these steps. 1. Record the start date of your period. On the first day of your menstrual cycle, mark it on a calendar. 2. Record the end date of your period, note the last day of your period. 3. Count the number of days between the start and end of your period, this will give you the length of your menstrual cycle for that month. 4. Repeat the process for several months. To get a more accurate average, calculate the length of your menstrual cycle for several months and then add up the total number of days and divide by the number of months. For example, if your period started on January 1st and ended on January 5th, your menstrual cycle for that month would be 5 days. Repeat this process for several months to determine your average menstrual cycle length. It's also worth noting that there are many smartphone apps available that can help you track your menstrual cycle and predict your period start date, as well as ovulation and fertile days.